I'm not referring to what I'm wearing right now, not those kind of Shabbat shorts, although I often do wear shorts on Shabbat. It's very comfortable. But what we're talking about is a shorter version of what we taught in our longer version of our Shabbat teachings. So if you haven't seen the full version, go check that out. Like, subscribe, do all that stuff. But we're going to talk about God's first words, which we talked about in more length in the first in the other video. But in this one, we're going to talk about one specific thing, and that is, in the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth was formless and void, and darkness was over the surface of the deep, and the Spirit of God was moving over the surface of the waters. Then God said, "Let light be," or "let there be light," which in Hebrew is haya or, and there was light. And God saw that the light was good, and God separated the light from the darkness. So this is the first words we have in Scripture from God. The Bible tells us that we're supposed to not live by bread alone, but on every word that proceeds out of the mouth of God. We understand from Bible study that the first time something happens in Scripture is significant. So the first words that God speaks should definitely be significant. So let's dig into this word a little bit. For those of you that have watched us for any length of time, you know that every word in Hebrew, every letter in Hebrew, rather, is a word and a picture and a letter, or a number. So when we look at the yod here that's highlighted, the yod means mighty hand or open hand. So you see both of the yods highlighted there. Then we go to the hey in the middle of that word, which is revelation. Lots of beautiful pictures there that we could pull out, but we're going to pull out one specific thing today. Then you have the aleph, which is the God letter, right? It's strength, it's leader. It means it's the letter of Yahweh. He's the Father, right? Then you have the vav, which is the nail. It secures something or it attaches something. Then finally, the last letter you have is the resh, and the resh is the head or the prince, the one being elevated to leadership. So when we put all those things together, we see that not only is the Lord saying, "Let light be," but we know the sun and moon and stars didn't come till day 4. That's not the kind of light he's talking about. So what do we see in the picture of the Hebrew here when we look at those letters? The mighty hand reveals another mighty hand, and the Father, Yahweh, attaches himself to the prince who is the Son. This is what's being communicated here. And if we look at all of Scripture, he's telling this same story from the very beginning, the first book, the first verse, all the way to the end. And it's a beautiful picture of who the light is. The light is Jesus, the Christ, Yeshua HaMashiach. God bless you and have a wonderful rest of your day.